The origins of town names can often be banal or arbitrary. A settler named Clark names a town after himself, or surveyors label a 16-square-mile plot Deerfield for its abundance of deer and fields. Nevertheless, there's also a fair share of areas with noteworthy lore behind their names. And there's one infamously titled town in Michigan that comes to mind. So today, we're going to Hell, Michigan, in this Michigan Moment. Hell, Michigan is a small, unincorporated community located in Putnam Township, Livingston County, about 35 miles northwest of Detroit. Despite the name, Hell and its surrounding area is heavily forested with several lakes fed by the Huron River watershed, making the area a popular outdoor recreation destination. The town's genesis can be attributed to one man, George Reeves. In 1837, Reeves left his home in the Catskill Mountains of New York and went west along the newly constructed Erie Canal, eventually arriving at the clear rivers and lush forests of what would become Hell. After arriving in Michigan, Reeves purchased 1,000 acres around a sawmill on what would become known as Hell Creek. Reeves soon built a grist mill on the creek to service the surrounding farmers. The rich river-fed soil of Hell ensured high crop yields. Soon, Reeves' mill was producing over 100 barrels of flour a day. With this abundance of grain, Reeves elected to build a distillery on Hell Creek. It quickly became tradition for farmers to bring the year's first bushel of wheat to Reeves to be made into whiskey. Eventually, Reeves opened a tavern. In time, he added a second-floor ballroom to the tavern and a horse cart racetrack around the mill pond. However, during the years after the Civil War, Reeves' distillery came under scrutiny by the federal government. But before tax collectors arrived to assess his operation, Reeves and his loyal patrons filled 63 barrels with whiskey and sank them into the mill pond. After the government agents left Hell, the barrels were dragged to the surface. This system continued until Reeves' death in 1877. There are multiple theories for the origin of the town's name. The first comes from a remark made by a pair of Germans. When their stagecoach passed through Hell on a sunny day, one said to the other, "So schön hell," or "so beautifully bright." Locals who overheard this decided to call the area Hell. Another theory is associated with travelers on the Dexter Trail, a route between the popular farm markets of Lansing and Dexter. The area of Hell was much wetter, dense with mosquitoes and convoluted forest paths than other parts of the trail, creating hellish conditions. The third theory comes from George Reeves' practice of paying farmers in whiskey. When farmers were off trading with Reeves, their wives were said to have remarked, "He's gone to Hell again." The fourth and final theory comes from Reeves himself. After Michigan received statehood, officials asked Reeves what to name the town he helped found. He replied, "I don't care. You can name it Hell for all I care." Regardless of what theory you choose to believe, the town's name became official on October 13, 1841. Today, Hell, Michigan is a popular destination for tourists. People come from around the world just to say that they have been to Hell. This small community along Patterson Road has 3 businesses: a barbecue restaurant, a saloon, and an ice cream/souvenir shop. For a fee, you can even be the mayor of Hell for one day. Though the hellish atmosphere caused by swarms of mosquitoes and drunken farmers has been replaced with ice cream and Halloween decorations, the small community nestled in the woodlands of southeast Michigan remains a unique part of the Great Lakes state. Thank you for watching this episode. If you'd like to know more about Michigan, leave a comment, and we'll see you next time on Michigan Moment.